Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the tavern. On this React episode, we're going to kind of shift gears a little bit. I've had some people talk a little bit about like more music for me to get into and everything. And one of the things that came up not that long ago was an artist called NF. I don't know anything about this artist, but I know that the music tends to be super powerful. So at the time of this recording, this was just released maybe about a week and a half ago, called Washed Up. And apparently it's been like an instant like success and hit. It's been trending everywhere. So I want to kind of get exposed to other music because, well, we like exploring other genres and other artists over here for what is really truly popular. And if I can spread it more to the community over here, then, well, we've done our job here at the tavern. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know about your thoughts as I go through the video. Become a member of the tavern today. You get to see some of these videos early and get to kind of more chill out and hang out in our Discord and everything. And there might be some other perks coming in the future. So if you want to help the support, by all means, go ahead. But just you watching this is enough support for us as it is. As always, I like to start and stop as we go through these videos. So if you want to have the original video, please make sure to watch it on NF's channel. The link to the original video will be in the description below. But let's see what Washed Up is. I did pull up lyrics because I have a feeling that this might be another kind of important thing to have in there, but I don't actually know what I'm going into. So I just know that this like exploded when it came out, and I like listening to recent stuff. So let's see what we get with NF. Immediately, it's interesting because the beginning was very gospel-like, but it almost sounded like it was gospel reversed, which makes me think of like satanic things instead. Oh boy, that's interesting. Like it almost sounded like we were having a gospel choir do a part in reverse, and that is very unsettling, especially with that very melodic minor chord progression that we're having over there. Ooh, that was chilling. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like it's reversed audio. Dang. Not what I was expecting from the beginning of this, but this is called Washed Up. It's probably not the most happiest thing. Plus that like time ticking, click, tick. I mean, I know it's like a slowed down clock, but that time ticking away is kind of an uneasy feeling too. It's kind of an interesting start.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if I lost the hunger. Where's that kid I used to be when I was on the come up? Where's that drive I used to have before I had the numbers? Where's that take me as I am, I ain't gonna be no puppet? Where's that tell it like it is, don't let the label hush you? Where's that yeah, I know I'm rich, but we gon' keep the budget? Where's that I don't really care about the radio? If they don't like the song, then don't play it, I ain't changing nothing. Yeah, where's that person at? You see him, tell him I've been hurting bad. You see him, tell him that I missed the way we used to rap. And I ain't making music anymore if he don't care enough to have my back. Yeah, dropping trash. Wouldn't say that I've been doing that, but I'll be lying through my teeth if I said I don't think my moment passed. Yeah, I think my moment passed.
Interesting. So kind of right off the bat, obviously rap is not typically something I listen much to unless it has a very deep meaning, because a lot of times most recent rap artists that have been like huge, we're talking like our Little Uzi Verts or our Chance the Rappers or things like that. Their stories, they have wonderful stories, but it's hard to get past the language of it. So that's just my opinion. That's why I'm not a huge fan of rap from this. But when you're telling your story about what feels like, I don't know, like just from the vibe of the lyrics, it's almost like my moment's passed already. Like did people hate something that was released or something like that? again, I know nothing about this. I'm just going by like artists, well, just by like lyrics and stuff from this. But a lot of it feels almost like someone's was really into something, then like they either released something or they just started getting tired of doing the same thing over and over, so they tried something different and people didn't like it or something, or it disappointed some type of thing. Maybe that's why it's like washed up. This is just last ditch efforts to go back to the glory days or something on like that. I don't know. It kind of feels like it, but we have that typical kind of rap vibe with there. And what is kind of somewhat of the cool thing about at least this style of rap, which is the one I appreciate more, is that there's not a lot musically going on. You have the rhythmic poetry. I always like calling this urban poetry because I mean that's urban poetry set to beats is a lot of what the rap genre tends to be about from there when we talk about it. But when we get to kind of this aspect of there, we have a very easy chord progression to follow that's more bluesy more than anything else, which is a simple trap beat on the bottom and just the artist talking about something that's deep to them. And in this case for NF, it almost sounds like they're unsure of something. I don't know. Like has something peaked? Are we beyond the moment? Do we feel like we're being well washed up, I guess? Are we just pushing and striving to try to meet the norms at this point? Like when is it coming? And again, with me being a musician, a creative artist, when are we really performing and making videos or making content or singing because that's what we're told to do, or it's because it's what we want to do sometimes? That's kind of a tough thing. Like sometimes when we go out of the norm and do something different, doesn't do so well, we start to have that self-doubt and it gets weird. It gets, oh my God, we're going to get into a deep existential philosophical thing with this one. Yay. I love when people recommend things like this to me that get me thinking too much. Anyways, that was first verse. I'm going to back up just a little bit so we can go into the chorus and kind of reanalyze things a little bit. Interesting.
On the brink of something great.
Very nice voice, though.
Or have I lost it? Am I on the verge of making waves? Or am I washed up?
Yeah, no, it still kind of sounds like the same thing. Like, am I on the verge of, like, the main chorus here? Am I on the brink of something great? Or have I lost it? I have this new idea that I want to create for the sake of art. Is this going to help me push forward to what I want? Or is it going to be so different that people are going to hate it and then I'm going to be washed up because I'm trying something too unique? You know, almost like the jumping of the shark thing that Happy Days, back with that sitcom. Oh my God, I don't even remember how long ago Happy Days was at this point. But like the jumping the shark aspect was when it just started to become washed up. So I wonder if this is kind of that inner turmoil, inner thought of creativeness, is if this is going to work or not. Fascinating. Interesting. Yeah, that's why maybe he's like NF is digging his own grave or something. I don't know. It's interesting.
The small rooms, the intimacy, no feeling like it. Those old shoes, nostalgic, I put my feet inside them. The Lord knew I needed this to survive the violence. The raw truth, I'm nothing without the Father's guidance. Who are you? The question that built this whole empire. Your old news, a statement that makes me think retire. The game's new, so eventually we all have to climb it. When wrong moving, career is dying.
That shit with the shovel? Holy cow.
Career is dying. Your old news, a statement that makes me think retire. The game's new, so eventually we all have to climb it. When wrong moving,
you know, I kind of like when music videos do this thing. Some music videos have this really cool quirk of just being able to sync sound effects to what's happening on there and kind of add to there. In this case, the shovel hitting, I'm assuming this is NF, boom, hits him, goes down like you have the pause, blink of the shovel, which is what it kind of sounds like when it makes contact with someone, and then boom, falls on the ground, beat continues on. That is so clever with the videography of this stuff that I love stuff like that too. And I like that as we get a little bit faster, you add a few more like drum beats and more like intenseness to the chords and stuff like that, and it's like this inner turmoil thing. It's so cool. like that hits differently, and just trying to escape, I guess, being washed off, having a music career die or something.
Question that built this whole empire. Your old news, a statement that makes me think retire. The game's new, so eventually we all have to climb it. When wrong move and career is dying.
That's so good.
Yeah, can I revive it? Did that check the label gave me make me uninspired? Am I ignorant to think that I still got the fire? Am I hanging on to something I should say goodbye to? Yeah, has my time expired? Did my prime already pass, or am I about to find it? Did my peak already happen, or am I still climbing? Is that passion that I had gone, or am I?
Man, that is so intense. Like, this makes me again think about, like, did we lose hope? Like, is that the big thing? Like, just because the studio company or someone tells us something is super, is what we need to do, does that kind of shift away from our creative process from there as like artists? Because as artists, we want to create. I found reactions to be a kind of a cool thing to be able to, for me to overanalyze music, but is it considered stealing ideas and concepts from people because I'm reacting to other people's things and then putting my own thoughts and twists onto that? But there's a lot of people that enjoy that kind of content because it's more sharing, and I'm not trying to like monopolize or monetize on other people's success. It's more I want to spread other people's successes by showing other aspects of what people can like view out of the music world. It's that's just how I go from there. I like being able to analyze music, but like, am I just doing this because it's popular, or is it because I enjoy things? Well, it's because, I enjoy creating. I enjoy producing stuff like this. I enjoy getting to know what your guys' inner thoughts and stuff is, but I guess that really goes with any creative process. Are we doing this just to make ends meet? Or are we doing this because we love to? And if we try to break that norm, then are people going to hate it? It's always kind of like that self-doubt spiral that everyone kind of goes through at one point or another. Like, thank you. Like, we had to do stuff that we didn't want to do at times in order to get to where we want. But now that we're at that spot, are we able to go back and try something new, or are people going to hate it? And I feel like that's always the spiral that we all go down. Whenever I release anything new, whenever I put on a stream, whenever I try to make my own stuff, whenever I do a performance for somewhere, I'm always having this, am I sucking? I recently started a new job in September, and part of that job was helping to produce a musical last month, which is why I was very absent from there. And all that was going through my mind is, will the people like the product that I'm going forward with? This is like such a different aspect. That is it going to be great? Are we going to have, am I going to be worse than the previous person who had to do this? Did they hire me correctly to do this job? And that's kind of what happens when you get like a new position to try something new, is there's always all that self-doubt. But ultimately we should create because, well, we want to create because we enjoy what we're doing. When work doesn't feel like a job and it just feels like, fun and having joy, then I guess you found the right part to be, the career to be part of. It's sometimes hard. It really is. And with me having been absent for so long and then just starting recordings again, I had a hard time pushing that record button to get this stuff done. And it really makes you think, like, are people going to care anymore that we're doing this? I mean, I know some people will, but like, I just want to spread music. And if people want to follow me along with that so they can see more music, then we've done what we want. But am I digging my own grave, like doing this kind of thing? It's weird. I kind of understand this. It's that whole, am I washed up, or am I trying to create something cool or something that's just been overused and done? Like, what can be oh man, I don't like things like this. Why do people recommend me getting existential? I'm having a crisis with this. Thanks, guys. It's great music, though. Oh, also the ahs. The other thing. I noticed the ahs are not reversed anymore when they're singing. Or maybe they are still, reversed from there, but it sounds more right, I think, with the beats and pulses, like added onto there from the trap drums and everything. But those ahs just make it feel even more uncertain. Maybe that's why everything's in reverse, actually. That could be why it's more reversed. You know what? I bet you that's why it was reversed, to give that uncertainty, since we're already like thinking, are we washed up? Am I digging my own grave trying to do this stuff? Maybe that whole reversal aspect helps to put that kind of dreaded mood or atmosphere in there. That's fascinating. I never thought reversing playbacks could do something like that. That's cool. Did my peak already happen, or am I still climbing? Is that passion that I had gone, or am I on the brink of something great? Oh, and then we put even more filters on the ooze? Oh, that's even creepier. Am I on the verge of making waves? Oh, I kind of hate that. It's really cool, though. God, that's creepy. Is this a rebirth or a death? And I think that's always what we're asking ourselves. That's creepy, but I like it. It puts a lot of like perspective on the whole aspect of creativeness versus just doing it to make a paycheck. Because I mean, a lot of artists kind of have to go through a lot of that kind of aspect, and when do you feel washed up after doing all of that or not? It's an interesting kind of idea and thought process to make you really think. And honestly, we like music around here that really makes us think. It adds a whole nother layer of complexity, which we all like. So let me know what you guys thought. Like I said, I know nothing about NF, but someone just recommended that I listen to this, and I'm kind of glad I did, because it puts into kind of perspective on why we do what we do. Let me know your thoughts. If there's anything else you want me to react to, leave it in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, support the original artist, and if you want to help support the tavern more, put a few coins to your bard and help with the memberships that are involved here on YouTube's and stuff. So any little bit helps, and it helps to bring us to give you even more fun content. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed kind of my ramblings on apparently partial mental health and partial imposter syndrome and stuff like that. But you know what? Sometimes music is there to put the aspects of what the artist feels, and it's cool when we get a chance to spread it that way. Anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye, guys.